Alright. Got some Tier 1 action for us here on a Wednesday. Qualifying just started, 16.5 minutes, so got a handful of cars out on track right now doing their outlap. We're going to stay on board with Rocket here as he comes through the backstretch of Sector 3. Going to lead this thing off here. Got the coffee brewing. If you missed out on the race we had yesterday in our realistic division, we had 4 safety cars, so hoping we don't see that here again. As you can see, I think Rocket might be one of our reserve drivers here. Reserve drivers are not allowed to qualify. We're going to hang on board with the Red Bull here of William. Here's Georgie right behind him, both starting a hot lap together. But Georgie opting to start his hot lap right behind the Red Bull. I'm not sure why. Oh, a little bit of a spill from him. Whew. Georgie first across the line, setting the tone for the rest of this Tier 1 lobby. Coming across with a 31.9. Thirteen and a half minutes to go. We're going to see some times being set on the board here. Mr. DJ coming across the final corner. He will take the top spot, coming in with a 30.75. Perfect poly across the line, 32.3. Gary coming in, taking that 4th spot from William. We hop on with Irish Bull, setting in his first time. Irish Bull good enough for a P2 at the moment, that 31.4. With Hamilton, our other Ferrari driver, coming through that backstretch. Making sure he saves all of his battery for this final straight. A lot of drivers finding themselves running out of battery. Going through Sector 3, not enough for that final stretch right there before the start-finish line. Hamilton in that Ferrari puts in a 31.4, good enough for P3. A Websy and the Alpine also finishing up his lap. Ooh, Websy, a double Alpine up at the front. That's a really good team result you want to see. just under 10 minutes to go left of quali here. Not too many cars on track. I think Echoed opting to do 2 out laps. Up on board with Polly here, who's currently not on a lap. Alright. Still have a handful of drivers yet to put in a lap time yet. We're gonna leave it right here on Senny here as he does his hot lap, and I'm gonna go run and grab a coffee real quick. Alright, what I missed. So Senny must have invalidated his lap. He's going out doing another one. Irish Bull coming around trying to get his second lap time in, trying to improve a little bit. He's got a little over half a second from P1 to P3. This Irish Bull not able to improve on his lap time. We have Hamilton right behind him in P4. Hamilton only needs to make up a 10th if he wants to beat out Irish Bull here. Down at the bottom of our grid order, we got Rocket, Underdog, and KB, all reserve drivers. Just a reminder, reserve drivers are not allowed to qualify. As Hamilton improves by about 3 or 4 tenths, splitting the Alpines for P2. We have our 5th position driver here, William, going out for his second hot lap. Still a half a second gap between P1 and P4. Still with just 5 minutes left of quali. William comes around the final corner, trying to make a statement maybe. Just by 4 thousandths of a second, just pushes Irish Bull down to P5. As I think Josh also just crossing the line right behind William, sitting in 4th at the moment. So with just under 4 minutes to go, everybody's just chilling in the pits. Nobody out on a lap. It looks like Echo might be coming in this lap, or he might be doing another one. We have Amaru right behind him in the start of Sector 3. See if Echo's gonna start a hot one or not. And it looks like he's coming in. Dante, another reserve driver, opting to retire. Looks like Omaro's going to lead us off here at the end of quali. As I assume everybody's about to start leaving the pits any second now. Amaru there, getting a little lucky, not having to run into any lap traffic. He just got out in front of everybody there. Nothing but clean air for him. As Mr. DJ, our current pole sitter, starts his lap. And everybody out on track at the moment. Maru not able to improve any there. We'll hop on board with Spenny here. Still just trying to get any kind of lap time in. He's going to have to start in the back here. With Mr. DJ close right behind him, also trying to improve. Then he crosses the line. Across the line with that 31.7. Gonna have to settle for 7th. But Mr. DJ not able to improve, but still holds on to P1 by 3/10. As everyone, most of the field out on a hot one right now, as qualifying session has ended. Frantically trying to see who's out on a lap right now. Looks like Polly's going to be the first one to cross out of this bunch. Polly currently sitting in 12th at the moment. Ooh. Takes a big chunk out of his wing going into that Sector 3 chicane. I don't think he's going to be able to improve on that one. So we have Hamilton going through that same chicane, coming to the final corner. Sitting in P2. Not able to improve, still just going to have to settle for 2nd. Irish Bull crossed the line, good enough for a P4 here. William crossed the line, not able to improve. Josh not improving either, really close between the bunch there. So really close qualifying between P4 and P6, all within 1/10 of each other. But that's going to do it for us here at qualifying for your Tier 1. That's going to do it for quali here. So we have Mr. DJ leading us off, followed by Hamilton and Websy. Then we got Irish Bull, Josh, William, Senny, and Echo, followed by Omaru, Gary, Giorgio, Perfect Polly, and then Rocket, Underdog, KB, and Dante as our reserve drivers, starting from the back. We're going to take a quick 5-minute break here to let our drivers get their strategies in order, and then we'll be racing momentarily, so don't go anywhere. Alright, looks like everyone's ready and on the grid here. There's your 5 lights. A long one. Away we go. We go down into turn 1. Mr. DJ going around the outside. He's able to make it stick. So we do have a Ferrari Gary taking a spill into turn 2 there. Everyone's slowly starting to go single file. A little bit of a two-way battle here between Senny and Giorgio. Going past the globe here. Still too wide. Someone's gonna have to give way as Georgie lets Senny go by him. Let's get some details up on here. So Hamilton, starting from P2, drops 4 places there. So we also see Echo and Gary also dropping down the order there. We see what tire everyone is on here. A lot of people opting for these mediums early in the race. I would not suggest anyone starting on softs, as Vegas is a tire killer here. Oh, as we see a little bit of contact between William and Josh there. As we go into turn 1, is now Hamilton doing a dive bomb, giving Senny a little bit of a tap. A little bit of chaos here in our midfield. But we race on. You see the battle of P5 at the moment between Josh and Giorgio. They're going to go into the middle of sector 2 next to the sphere. Still too wide, as it looks like the RB might take it from him. As Josh gets in front of Giorgio here. And everyone slots back in the single file. So lap 2, DRS is open. With DRS open, we might see a little bit of a pass here from Websy. So we see the Mercedes of KB taking a spill there right before the DRS. Websy not able to make the pass happen with DRS. We hop on board with our midfield drivers. Oh, a little too wide through the chicane there between Josh and Senny. Two cars are just not going to go through that sector cleanly. You see a final corner pass from Georgie getting around Omaru in that Red Bull. To go through to turn 3 and 4 here with DRS, Omaru, if he's close enough, might be able to get the pass to happen and take that position back. I think he's just a little bit too far to make that happen. We hop on board with the kick driver Dante. Might have had the speed to get Echo there on that short DRS straight, but opting to play it safe as we still have 22.5 laps of racing here. No need to do any last lap antics and ruin your race for yourself or somebody else. Sometimes it's best just to play the long game and let someone through. We hop on board with Websy once again. Might be able to get the pass happen on Irish Bull, as Irish Bull now not in the DRS. That was Websy not draining his battery. DRS activated. Not able to get the pass done. As now Irish Bull within DRS of Mr. DJ, but not anymore. This Irish Bull a little slow through the chicane of Sector 3. Gonna let Websy be able to pass him before the final corner easily. And now we see we have ourselves an Alpine 1-2. We hop on board with Amaru, Giorgio right behind him, DRS activated. Georgie easily gets by. And we continue here on lap 4, going through the sphere. Luckily, no safety car needed at the beginning of this race. Considering this is a street circuit, safety cars are always going to be an issue here. It doesn't look like today is going to be that chaotic. As we head down the backstretch on lap 4. Everybody pretty evenly spaced at the moment. We hop on board with Dante. DRS open with Rocket without DRS. Dante low on battery, not going to be able to make this pass happen, but he does use DRS to his advantage to catch up to Rocket here in the Mercedes. We go on to the start of lap 5 of this race. As we see Georgie putting in the hot lap with that 33.6. So Georgie definitely on the prowl right now. Start of this race, already up 6 positions. Going from P11 to P5 in just 4 laps. Yes, now we do have a little bit of a gap here, starting to form up 3 seconds between P8 and P9. So perfect poly at the very front of this train back here. With Underdog trying to get around him with DRS open. But Pauly, I guess, draining his battery. Trying to keep Underdog at bay as we go through the S's here of Sector 3. To start lap 6. I'm not sure how perfect Pauly stayed in front of Underdog like that. With 60% battery remaining. So Underdog is gonna have a little bit of a look here on the outside going into turn 5. He forms the switch back on Pauly there. Pauly is missing an end plate. We hop on board with Irish Bull, our top 3 guys fighting for the podium. Irish Bull using his battery to get around Websy there, trying to split those Alpines again. He might have a look at the other Alpine for P1 going down into the chicane. Irish Bull going to make a double overtake on the Alpines. And Irish Bull's going to be leading this race going into the start of lap 7. Go down into turn 1. Both Alpines opting not to go side by side through there. So we have ourselves a new leader of this race, this Irish bull, with that double overtake, all that straight line speed down that backstretch. There are 3 leaders at the moment, with a 2-second gap to P4, all by themselves up here, just fighting for that podium. It's a very, very rare sighting to see. 2 Alpines and a Haas all at the front here. Something you would never see in real life. And then closely right behind we do have both Red Bulls in P4 and P5. Maybe trying to work together to keep everybody behind them. As DJ with DRS open, not enough speed to get Irish Bull there. And Irish Bull is going to hold on to this lead for another lap. The perfect poly back here in P10, trying to put Underdog on some pressure there, but with Polly with a time penalty. And I believe still missing his end plate. I think just trying to hold on to the back of Underdog here and let Underdog pull him around. Got a little bit of a 3-car battle here. Ooh, as Josh gets around Senny in that Haas. Gonna go too wide. As Senny backs off a little bit. Trying to help each other out there. As Senny now all over the back of Josh here, going down this straightaway with DRS. It looks like Georgie struggling to get that speed with DRS not active for him. As Josh went around him, but Senny not able to make it happen. Georgie not letting the double overtake happen to him. We're gonna jump on board with our 3 leaders here. So Mr. DJ able to get around Irish Bull. As now we go into turn 1 and turn 2 as Websy makes a little bit of contact with Irish there. He's gonna lose a little bit of time. As we go down the backstretch once again. Websy completely out of battery. Not going to make anything happen, I wouldn't think. And Irish Bull, just too much of a gap between him and Mr. DJ in P1. He's going to be able to close the gap, but not close enough to get a pass to happen. His ego's a little loose coming out of that S-bend. And the gap from DJ to Irish Bull, just 7/10, but closing. Because we do have a Ferrari sitting on track somewhere in the back. Taking him a little bit of a spill coming out of that chicane there. As Gary's going to opt to go into the pits early. And with his teammate close behind him as well, we're going to see ourselves a Ferrari double stack. Oh, the safety car's out. Oh no, and Hamilton's going to have to wait for his teammate to pit. Okay, maybe not. So, with the Ferrari double stack and Gary opting to retire from this race, we're going to have ourselves our first safety car of the race. I'm not sure what happened or what I might have missed. So Gary, sitting way behind the rest of the field, might be playing it smart here, putting on the hards, and then might actually be able to put the mediums back on. I think everyone starting on the mediums might be happy about that safety car, as we're getting really close to the changeover from the mediums to the hards. Everybody that's out there on the hards, we got Perfect Polly, we got Underdog, we got KBT on those hards, being forced to go medium. Those mediums will be able to make it to the end of this race, but those mediums aren't going to be happy those last handful of laps or so. Is everybody deciding to come into the pits. So we have our leader, Mr. DJ, taking a 10-second speeding penalty. That's not good. I'm curious to see if our leader here is going to choose to serve that 10 seconds or not. By the looks of it, we will have one more lap of safety car. So whether if he decides to serve it or not is up to him. Mr. DJ deciding to serve it. It might be beneficial. He's gonna have to throw those mediums on. But he will go all the way to the back. It looks like he's getting a wing change also. So Websy in that Alpine losing his teammate. His teammate's going to go into the back of the pack there, so he's not going to get much help on Irish Pool here. With most of the grid out on hards up at the front, we do see a little bit of a mix from hards and mediums, starting from P7 all the way to the back. It's going to be interesting to see how DJ, currently in P15, making his fight through the field there. Mr. DJ with a lot of work ahead of him. As safety cars should be going in at the end of this lap. So safety car is in this lap. So Irish Bull leads us. Is he going to go early? Is he going to go late? Only he knows. So just past the halfway mark of this race, lap 13, we get going here after our first safety car. If anyone's fighting. A little bit of a battle here between the Mercedes and that Aston, between Rocket and Georgie. Neither driver letting up. They're going to go too wide through turn 5. We have another battle right behind them between Perfect Polly and Echo, as Echo's going to be the one that takes advantage of Polly there. A little bit of contact on the back of that Mercedes. Perfect Polly doesn't seem like he has any wing damage there, as everyone's starting to go single file now. So DRS will not be open this lap. Oh, what's going on at the front here? Got a little bit of a 3-wide battle here. Websy dropping to P4, losing a couple of spots. No DRS needed, apparently. So Websy definitely wanting to take one of those positions back. It's now Josh and that RB losing 2 spots right there before the final corner, with Websy and William get by. Josh almost under threat from that kick driver behind him with Dante. As Dante might get a look on him here on the outside going into turn 5. It looks like they're going to go 3 wide here. That was very risky from those drivers trying to force a 3 wide. It was Dante completely missing the corner there. Can't believe we saw 3 cars going side by side through turn 5. That's a tight corner. With DRS open, got a little bit of a 4-car battle here for the front, as there is a gap between P4 and P5. So Irish Bull under threat, getting passed by Omaru and going too wide into the chicane. So Irish Bull losing 2 spots due to DRS there, and might be looking at losing another spot with William right next to him. I think William, not enough battery to get around him, as Irish Bull holds on to P3. So Irish Bull and William going too wide into turn 4. Irish Bull is going to actually lose that P3 position to William. And now Omaru getting around Websy, going down into turn 5. Both the Red Bull drivers in second and third going too wide into sector 2. Not a really smart team play. Someone's gonna have to give it up. So this is one long DRS train we got here. Every driver in the field with DRS. We go back up to the front. A little bit of banging between Irish Bull and Amaru. It's now Dante threatening William there, and Irish Bull for maybe a double overtake before the final corner. Just some love taps in between that kick and that Haas. Oh, and then out of nowhere, perfect poly going down the inside into turn 3 on William there. DRS open for all these drivers here. And then Georgie with a perfect view here. We go too wide into turn 5 again. Still too wide. Just Georgie playing it smart, just backing off, letting them settle in front of him. You guys are crazy. So still, lap 16, it's been 4 laps since we went racing after that safety car, and everybody in one big DRS train, except for our 2 leaders here, 2 seconds out in front. The battle for the win between Omaru and Websy. And I almost forgot about him, but Mr. DJ, oh, and there's a huge pileup. I'm not sure who all was involved in that. It looks like we're gonna have 1 DNF. Perfect Ollie's gonna be out of this race. So Irish Bull, after being at the front of the pack, sees himself in P14 as everyone coming into the pits. I think it might be a little early to throw softs on, but if you have an extra pair of mediums, I want to put those on. You do see Senny here putting on his softs. Everybody else coming out on mediums. And then that safety car putting Mr. DJ back in first. Followed by Underdog and Hamilton, all 3 of them deciding to stay out. While everybody else comes into pit. Pretty much everybody on mediums except for Senny here on softs. So quite the race we're seeing as far as position change for both Underdog and Dante, gaining 12 positions. So 2 of our reserve drivers up at the front now. I'm not sure what happened there. I wish I would have saw it. I'm sure we're going to see an incident report happen. So lap 16, we have ourselves another safety car here. Safety car should be going around just one more time before we go racing again at the start of lap 19. So those softs are only good for about 4, maybe 5 laps. We do see Underdog going into the pits. Might be throwing on those softs. An Irish Bull opting to come into the pits again. So Underdog with the new mediums. And Irish Bull opting to put on those softs. So safety car in this lap. We're gonna have a 7-lap shootout for the finish here after our second safety car of the night. So Mr. DJ opting to go a little earlier. Gonna lead us off here. Irish Bull opting to retire from this race. So a little bit of a 2 wide here. We're up on board with William and KB. Plenty of tire smoke in front of them. Ooh, a little bit of banging between Rocket and Omaru. So DRS not going to be active this lap. So Rocket maybe trying to get around Omaru here with help of DRS. Is that Red Bull losing 2 positions? Make it 3. Might be seeing ourselves a little bit of a 2 wide battle here, going into the chicane of Sector 3. So Josh able to get around Omaru there. You see a little bit of a gap starting to form between 6th and 7th. So 6 laps to go in this race. So Dante all over the back of Hamilton here. Hamilton with DRS, not going to let Dante get around him. So Rocket all over the back of Maru here, going through this sphere. Or the globe, whatever it's called. Hop on board with Websy. Should have a nice clean view of everything happening in front of him. So Websy, with not enough battery to get around Echo, we head into DRS. Hamilton making it too wide for the battle for P2, going into that chicane, Sector 3. Hamilton not able to get the pass to happen, as Dante's gonna retain P2 for the moment. There's a little bit of a too wide battle between Hamilton and Georgie here. Georgie taking P3. So Stenny trying to make something happen here on Echo, going down the short DRS straight. Might be able to look up the inside as they go too wide through turn 5. Stenny not enough speed coming out of that corner to get Echo. Still all over the back of him as they go past the globe here. Just 4.5 laps of this race left to go. So everybody looks like they are nose to tail from front to back. One long train. Ooh, an Amaru with a crazy amount of speed. Getting blocked off a little bit. Oh, as we see a Ferrari, I think, spinning out. No safety car needed. See William trying to get around Senni here. They're going to go too wide through the final corner, a little bit of touching. So Senni trying to look up the inside of Amaru there, but not close enough to make the pass happen. We hop on board with our leaders here. Dante taking the lead. Going down the short stretch. We come around the end of Sector 2, going down the DRS straight here. Just about every car within DRS range of one another. So Josh able to take the position from his teammate, but Echo taking the DRS, and out of nowhere, Amaru splitting the RBs. Crazy amount of speed, gonna get the double overtake to happen. An underdog coming out of that Sector 3 chicane there, gonna get around Senni there. Before the final corners, we hop on board our leaders here, swapping positions, going from turn 2 to turn 3. DRS activated. Giorgio with a lot of speed, looking down the outside of Mr. DJ, but getting blocked by Dante in front of him. So Georgie in a little bit of an Alpine sandwich. We have 2.5 laps left of this race. So lap 23, doesn't matter what happens, safety car is not going to come out. So Websy looks like he's draining all of his battery. Oh. Looks like we got a double DNF. From Omaru and Josh there in the middle of the straight. Not sure what happened there, as Georgie wants to take that position back from Websy going into the final corner. 2 laps remaining in this race. We hop on board with Websy, trying to get around Georgie. The battle for that P3 position still goes, as there's contact between both of them, both cars going sideways, but Georgie and Websy being able to take control of their car. That almost could have been disastrous for everybody behind them. We stay on board with Websy. I don't think this battle for P3 is over just yet. So Websy looks like he's going to go down the inside, chooses to back out. Georgie retains P3. So our leader is going through the final corner, crossing that start-finish line. Start of the last lap here. This underdog all behind Senny here. Might try to make the pass happen. Chooses to back off. Might be trying to play the smart game here and pass him on the last straight. As out of nowhere, Rocket trying to make the overtake happen. Almost a double overtake. Still on the outside. As Senny wipes out. Ooh. We hop back on board with our 4 drivers up here battling for a podium. Someone's going to be left off. Oh, is Dante in the kick taking a little bit of a slide there? That's not going to help him out. As the 3 drivers behind them all going to have DRS on them. Dante might be overtaken by 3 cars. So a little bit of a 3 wide action happening up here at the front. Underdog behind us, able to get the pass done on Rocket. So Dante losing 2 positions. Oh, almost made it 3s. They're up and take it easy, fellas. So Georgie gonna cross the line taking P1, followed by DJ. Got Websy taking P3. That's gonna wrap up our podium. Followed by Rocket, Underdog, and Dante, Senny, KBT, Hamilton, and William. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of incident reports. Six drivers not able to finish this race. A lot of retirements here. So there you have it. I thought I told everybody to take it easy and don't hit each other too hard. So that's going to wrap up our Wednesday night here at Tier 1 for IUF1. So Giorgio taking the top spot of this race, followed by Mr. DJ and Websy finishing out our podium here. Then we got Rocket, followed by Underdog and Dante, Senny and KBT, with Hamilton, William, Echo, and Omaru. We got Josh, Irish Bull, Perfect, Polly, and Gary wrapping out the rest of our field here. So thank you for joining, watching us live. We have tomorrow night, we got Tier 2, so Las Vegas again. It's going to start at 6:30 Eastern, so try to check us out there as well. So thank you for tuning in, and we're out of here.